Hi there, it's Bob Chu again from Stuart and Isla Mirada Boatworks. We're here doing another latest launch on a beautiful 27 Stuart forward seating. This boat is made for a family up the east coast of Florida. It is the first 27 we've done that's completely Aquamist, a super light green. It's kind of an interesting thing when you get into the colors. When this boat was in the back shop in the building, alongside a couple ice blue boats, the owner of this boat actually came to me and said, geez, I thought it was supposed to be Aquamist, a light green. I said it is, and then of course we could roll a piece out into the sun and you could see that subtle variation. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color. Combine that Aquamist with the faux teak tow rail, which is awesome in itself, and then the upgraded upholstery for the forward seating, for the coaming pad, the forward seating, the forward facing backrest. The combination of those three things, the Gemlux screwless rod holders. I mean, if you were standing right here taking a look at this, it's just gorgeous, just beautiful combination. Another thing, we do a lot of flush floor boats, but this being a forward seating, we have to realize, you get back to it. This does not inhibit fishing. If you're sail fishing off the bow, for example, boom, rods go right in. It's not very obtrusive. You don't have to lean over anything. And I'm a smaller guy, so, same here. Get right to the rod. If you want to kneel, you can. But it's a very, very fishable forward seating boat, keeping the theme of simplicity that all the Stuarts have, that are built into the design. Forward fish box in the floor here with a diaphragm pump to pump it overboard. Storage under both of the seats that wraps all the way around. Big anchor locker. I sometimes overlook that, but it's a top drop anchor locker, not something down below here. A cutout area for the anchor line. Big cleats, huge backing plates, stainless steel plates. I've talked about that in many videos. Just super clean boat, hard top boat. One of the things we did on this boat that we haven't done before is this has a forward awning or shade that goes across here, runs forward, and two adjustable stainless poles come out of the rod holders here so as to shade the entire bow section. And then for the stern section, it has the Gemlux 18-foot carbon fiber outriggers, and it also has the sunshade from Gemlux. So he can literally go to the sandbar, shade this entire seating area as well as the entire stern, and the hard tops, of course, shading the helm area. So it's awesome. I mean, in that application, when he does that, he's got exactly what he wants. Otherwise, when he's fishing, the poles, they are telescopic, they come off, top rolls up, they can store in one of the rod storage compartments quite easily, keep it on board all the time, take the canvas off of the outriggers as well, and boom, you're back to fishing, hardcore fishing. So one of the really interesting features of this boat is that, I should back up, and this gentleman originally ordered a 23. Things changed for him before we started this boat, so he moved to a 27. He had seen some of our videos where the front legs of the aluminum T-tops were landing on top of the console. So he wanted to see if we could do that with a hardtop. We had not done it before, and this is the first one with a fiberglass hardtop that we've done that. When the leg lands here, it opens up all this space for walking by the console. Normally, the forward leg, similar to the aft leg, would be out here and dive into the side of the console. We have dozens upon dozens of these on the water built that way, but this is just a little different, approach to get a little more reusable space in the boat. Now, having said that, it does a unique thing here because this has a rigid, or what they call a hard enclosure, 80 gauge enclosure. So there's a little challenge there because these legs are set in further. We had to wrap that enclosure to get it to fit the variation from the outboard legs aft to the inboard legs forward. But all worked out really cool, super clean, and it, you know, it might be something that if you order a boat, you might consider. We then go to the console, which everybody's familiar with. For if you've seen our other videos, super clean, 5'4" headroom. I can put on the light here. Yeah, so 5'4" headroom, 3 Group 31 glass mat batteries on a shelf, charger below, all non-skidded sole, of course. That's what you see there is the back side of the 6-drawer tackle center that's on the port side of the console. You've probably seen that in other videos. The C-Zone digital switching panel, all your circuit breakers, battery switches, everything, boom, nice and clean, readily accessible, all fiberglass trimmed inner console. This particular customer also opted for his Garmin VHF to be mounted here inside the console and just with the handset out on the back side at the helm. So a different approach, but again, super clean. It's the way we like to do it. So here at the helm, we've got the Fotique helm pod to match the Fotique tow rail. You can get one or the other, but virtually everybody gets both. It's got that old school look, really, really, really stylish. Drops the wheel down. He opted for an Edson wheel. It goes well with the stainless polished base. It's just a super clean look to it. Old school, kind of what our boats are, kind of that classic look. 2 12-inch Garmins. As I mentioned earlier, the Garmin VHF, a microphone here, and it's fully operational. Garmin Autopilot, J-Auto stereo head, 5-inch Yamaha gauge, the new Yamaha Power. This is a fobs station, so you no longer have keys. You can have keys if you choose, but we're choosing to equip them all with fobs unless chosen otherwise. So kill switch, power up, start, stop buttons, Lenco trim tabs with indicators, the new binnacle that's really different, very ergonomically correct, super clean, and of course, C-Zone digital switching, which is in every one of our boats. I won't bore you with that. I'm sure you might have seen other videos where we talk about this in greater detail. It is a digital system, and inside the console there's an analog backup. So it will get your item back up and running if in case the pump or the light itself isn't completely blown out. So that's a great, great system. Also, this compartment here, it's a lift out, but I like to do that to show you how clean the rigging is. I mean, we pride ourselves on, you know, just, you have to have access to everything, and the original install should be as clean as absolutely possible. So, there's a number of items in here, but, you know, amplifiers and things that would bore you. 40-gallon leaning post live well from Birdsall. Same upgraded upholstery, of course. Storage below. Tackle lockers on either end. Folding footrest. Fixed backrest. 4 rod holders. 2 drink holders. Rigging tray. We've gone to a new drain now. This is friction hinges on the top, but the drain itself is an adjustable style, so you can actually pressurize this live well if you so desire. You adjust the lower drain as to how much water you want to flow out. It of course also has an upper drain and of course no standpipe. So sometimes I overlook the most obvious things like our hardtop. You know, our hardtop is super special. It's a surfboard style hardtop. It's hand tooled, wired for the given boat's application. For example, this boat has Garmin radar. So it's beautiful top. This is a two-tone. It's white on the top with the Aquamist underside. It's like a brushed finish on the underside, so it's real subtle, doesn't create any glare. On the top, it's non-skidded, so you could go up there if you ever needed to or chose to. Certainly strong enough. It's just a really, really, really nicely done top with Bosch locally here in Stuart in the industrial park does the pipe work for us. Once again, the gem 18-foot riggers, so you can reach them from here, spin them out, spin them up and down without having to stand on the gunnel or going on top of the top. Recessed LED lights. You can rig these with the single rigging or twin. We do that as part of, if you choose for us to do it, we rig the riggers for you, which I did these today in preparation of delivering the boat tomorrow. So yeah, I don't want to overlook that hardtop because it's a work of art in and of itself. As we come back here into the cockpit of the boat, probably seen on other videos, we have rod storage in the cockpit sole, or you can opt for those to be 6-foot insulated fish boxes. In this case, they're both rod storage, and they're both 10 feet long. So you can put fly rods in, no problem, and there's rod racks for 4 rods per compartment. Simple storage compartment after the live well, and then our, what we think is an outstanding bilge access. So in the bilge, we again, it's super clean. It's all, you know, white bilge painted, all the pumps. I can probably stand here and touch every pump that's in the boat without any effort, with the exception of the bilge pumps, which are of course all the way aft with the digital float switches. So saltwater washdown pump, freshwater washdown pump, fuel filters for each engine, live well pump, saltwater washdown, I mentioned that, the power steering pump, a transducer, a fairly simple one, 600 watt transducer here. There was mention at one point on a video of ours about, oh geez, if you have pumps in the bilge, they're going to be shot in a year or two. Well, the reason they're not in our boat, unlike 99.9% of the boats on the water, is because all these gutters have a fiberglass drain system underneath them, starting on the cockpit sole forward, running all the way under the deck, coming back. There's no hoses, no hose clamps to rust or crack, wear out. And that fiberglass gutter system picks up all the gutters for all the hatches, then it picks up the cockpit drains and drains it directly overboard. So our bilges are extremely dry. So we can put pumps in there without having to worry about maintenance. The other aspect that's really cool is that you're not reliant on your batteries to be charged up to keep your bilge pumps operational, to keep the boat afloat if you were to leave it at anchor or something out on a mooring ball or something of that nature, a dock or whatever, for extended period of time when you weren't there. So yeah, that's our boat building process and bilge story. Of course, stern seat removable, pull pins, get it out of the boat, lift this up, oscillate the arms, stow it on board or off the boat, whichever you choose. Then, just as we go outboard, hose bars for the hose, raw water washdown on this side, freshwater washdown on starboard, just only because our freshwater fill is up on the starboard side, keep it consistent. Electric reel outlets, JL audio stereo system, of course, with amplifier. And then on that side, I can see it. It's just a small little push button, but that is for the reverso automatic outboard flush system that we have on the boat. And that flush system flushes your twin 300 Yamahas. Always a workhorse motor, super reliable, and it's an awesome package for this boat. Almost at light on fuel, 2 people on board, what your RPMs are, it's almost running square with your miles per hour. So about 3,200 RPMs, you're running 30 miles an hour. I've done the demonstration before also where this boat will come on plane with one of these motors turned off and trimmed out. And the boat will come on plane effortlessly. And I've actually had one of these boats run 40 miles an hour without pushing it beyond that. But I actually got it to run 40 within about, well, less than a minute with one motor out of the water. So it's an impressive package. There's other small items, but I think that, you know, that's pretty much it. It's just another person's dream boat. He's had numerous boats. He has a small skiff. This matches in color and fit and finish and simplicity to his skiff. So it's the beginning of a quiver of awesome boats for this particular customer. You want us to build you a great boat? Give us a call. We love doing this. We dream about this as much as the buyer does. So thanks again. Call Stuart Boatworks whenever you'd like. So I seem to be making a habit of this, but these PS, because I forget to talk about a couple things. In this case, the most important thing, forget everything else I said, ride of the boat, the most important thing. If you look at this bow, the entry on this bow is sharper than any other boat that I'm aware of being built in this size range. Knife-like entry, flows into a small little keel that runs the full length of the boat. Keel's magical. I've talked about it on other videos. It gives tremendous stability sideways. It tracks. You point this boat. You don't have to wear yourself out at the helm. If you're running a long distance, it'll go where you point it. It cuts through the water. It comes on plane flat. All these features. And then last but not least, can't build them any better. Boat's going to last a lifetime. Thanks again for watching.